Today we're going to talk about silk. Though many animals produce silk, like spiders produce silk for their webs, and many other types of moths also produce silk for their cocoons, we get silk commercially mostly from the Bombyx mori, or silk moth. Here's images of the silk moth in two different stages of its life. Its caterpillar stage, so its juvenile form, and also its adult stage, as a moth. As you can see, it's very furry and cute. Unfortunately, once the juvenile spins the cocoon, which we can see here, it is boiled in water to loosen the fibers, which kills the insect in the process. However, on forms, of course, some are allowed to live to the adult stage, so the cycle can continue. In this image, we can also see the caterpillar eating a leaf. This is a mulberry leaf. This is the only food that the caterpillar of the silk moth eats. It is the same mulberry tree that you may see in your neighborhood that produces berries. What are the properties of silk? It has a natural shiny luster. It is very strong and is the strongest of the natural fibers. However, it is sensitive to bleach, sunlight, and perspiration, which can discolor and weaken it. It is the easiest natural fiber to dye and is able to keep very bright colors. It is very warm and insulative. It resists mold and mildew. It breathes well and absorbs moisture. It is sensitive to heat and will decompose at 330 degrees Fahrenheit, so be careful and iron at a low heat. Although moths don't like to eat it, carpet beetles do. It doesn't attract dirt either. So how do we harvest silk? In the left animation, we can see the little caterpillar busy at spinning its cocoon. The footage is sped up. It takes a little while for it to form. It will form a pill-shaped ball when completed and begin its metamorphosis. On the right, we can see how the cocoons are placed into water, which is quite hot. The hot water dissolves the substances that bind the cocoon together. Once they have been dissolved, little fibers are strung up and start to spin away from the cocoon, gathering the silk above. It is very difficult to see because the silk fibers are very, very thin. So you can't see them very well, but here they are collected at the top. So here are the cocoons. You can't see, but there are little fibers coming up through these little wheels, and the fibers are being collected on these spools at the top. Silk under a microscope. Silk is the finest, meaning the thinnest, of all of the natural fibers. It has a unique prism or triangular shape with smooth surfaces, which gives silk its luster. These smooth surfaces and prism shape allow the fiber to refract light when it hits it. Where does silk come from? The process of silk harvesting and creating silk fabrics originated in China. It was a closely guarded secret for over 1,000 years, and China is still the largest producer of silk fiber in the world. However, the secret of silk production has gotten out. India is the second largest producer of silk fiber and is the most notable producer after China. However, silk is produced in many countries. The mummy weight. Silk is sometimes weighed in what is called the mummy weight. Lightweight and medium weight silks are often measured using this mummy weight. 8 mummy is roughly equal to 1 ounce per square yard of fabric and comes from a traditional method of Japanese measurement. Because mummy measures weight, it is a good indicator of the density of the fabric and is often used the way a thread count is used for other fabrics. On the right, there are some mummy weights for different types of commonly found silks. As we can see, habutai ranges from 5 to 16 mummy, chiffon from 6 to 8 mummy, China silk from 5 to 8 mummy, crepe de chine 12 to 16 mummy, 4-ply, which is rather heavy and dense, 30 to 40 mummy, gauze, of course quite light, 3 to 5 mummy, raw silk, 35 to 40 mummy, and organza, 4 to 6 mummy, and charmeuse, 12 to 30 mummy. How do we identify that a fabric is made from silk? Many times we can tell silk by hand because of its smooth, slick feeling. However, we can also apply the burn test, just like we can for all the other fibers. If we watch silk burn, it will catch more quickly than wool, but will burn out when removed from the flame, so it will not continue to burn as it is removed from the flame. The fabric will curl away from the flame as it burns. The flame will also sputter. As you can see, the flames here kind of jump and sputter about. It smells like burning hair, but the odor is not as pronounced as in wool. It still smells strongly, but if you've ever smelled your hair burning in a curling iron or hair dryer, you'll most identify that or most relate that with the burning smell that wool produces. But if it's similar, it might be silk.